everybody, I'm in London. Last year I was here, I recorded a vlog. I was just starting vlogging. I really had no clue what I was gonna do. I was inspired by Casey Neistat, but I am never gonna be a Casey Neistat, so it took me a while to develop my own style, and I'm still in that process. Bottom line is, the footage that I shot, even though the stories were good, was really bad. And I wasn't able to connect the stories together. Now, I was in London almost a year ago on a secret project. That secret project is still going on. But I just left Facebook because Oculus Rift has picked Invisible People to do a virtual reality film on homelessness. That's in the process. I flew from San Francisco to here. First off, I'm gonna start this vlog with some highlights of the last vlog I shot. Very segmented, but I first ran into my friend Lisa. I found her. This is Lisa. Oh my God, she teaches me all the British expressions I shouldn't tweet. I'm sitting here with Lisa.
Hello.
And our new friend, Stephanie.
Hello.
And Stephanie is a homeless veteran out here.
Yep. And
earlier, I was able to teach Lisa how to say brass.
Brass. It's brass.
Brass.
Brass. We've been having an argument about brass. Brass.
Brass.
It's brass.
Tell them it's brass. Breaks your heart. And even more so that people just walk by. Tell me about homelessness in London. Or homelessness compared to what you saw today, compared to what you see in rural Chippendale.
It's the same, but it's different. So there's more people. There's more people. The stories. See, the thing is, you come to London, and I expect the services to work better in London. I understand, places like Wiltshire, we're very rural, where the services are really stretched and they don't have the funding. But you come to London and you expect to hear that the services are working, and we're just hearing time and time again that even the services in London aren't working.
I mean, everybody we talk to, theoretically, from what you hear outside, should be helped in some way and really shouldn't be on the street, but they are.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it is the fact that they don't trust the services. And for instance, they were saying, going into a day centre is filling in all the forms.
Right.
Actually all they want to do is they just want to go in and sleep, get something to eat, and probably have a shower. And people are just asking questions all the time.
Right. And we're seeing a lot of that in the States because it's all about data, because that's how nonprofits are getting paid. And data is important, but people don't often fit in an Excel spreadsheet, and filling out all this data can be a roadblock to accessing services.
So actually the services need to, I don't know, they just need to operate in a different way, in a much more approachable way.
So you got a train to catch.
I have got a train to catch.
Who's your favorite Yank?
You're my favorite Yank.
And we have a new name, Loud Fat Yank.
Yeah, well, I keep having to shush you.
So, and she thinks I'm like hyper and overactive.
No, it's actually, you're quite quiet today because you're jet lagged.
Then Lisa and I connected with John, who was sleeping rough at the time. This is John, otherwise known as Bullring Bash on Twitter. And Lisa, you've already met. And the three of us just meeting for the first time in person. We tweaked together, and John said it was okay to do video, as long as Lisa was in it, because he knows she is now a superstar. Tell me about social media and how it helps you while you're out here on the streets.
Well, I don't know, that's a good question. Using Twitter and other things that are available, it helps. I'm hoping it helps some of the people working within the different sectors get an idea of what it's like. And I've heard it time and time again. People saying it to me, all they know is what they read in a book. They don't actually know what it's about. I hear it so often.
Then I met George, took George out from Crisis and taught him storytelling out on the streets. This is George.
Hey, how you doing?
George is the new storyteller journalist.
Stories journalist at Crisis, yeah. So,
And go ahead.
inspired by Mark's work, we're going out on London, all over the country, talking to homeless people, trying to remake stereotypes, humanize people,
Yeah.
make them human people, not homeless people.
So this is Mervyn. We're here on the Strand in London. He's out here sleeping rough. He's been out here 25 years. And just did his story on invisible people. And one thing we didn't talk about in the video is he loves fishing.
That's right, I certainly do. Carp fishing and sea fishing and pike.
And oh my gosh, what's the northern pike fishing like here?
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Really?
Really.
Oh my gosh, I have to go.
Go to the Lake District.
Oh my God.
You're talking 20 pounders plus. Honestly, they're monsters.
Really?
Seriously, yeah.
Oh my gosh, when's the last time you went fishing?
Last time I went fishing was last year up in the Lake District, and I caught 27.5 pound pike
Oh wow.
on a great big rubber lure as well.
Oh my gosh. If I had more time and we had some money, we'd have to go fishing.
Certainly would.
Oh my
Definitely.
gosh.
Definitely.
Thanks so much for talking to me.
That's no problem. It's a pleasure.
George and I went and took John to buy a backpack. Nicer handle.
You alright? Okay, you're one of the guys that are buying it.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, we'll go for that then.
Okay.
This kid. Go. History!
So George, we've been out on the streets a little bit, had some interesting situations.
Certainly have. We've had a mix of everything.
What'd you think? What's your first thoughts?
My thought is, I thank that John was here to look after us. Mark's been a great guide as well. It's certainly opened my eyes to seeing homeless people as people first and foremost, more than anything. They've all got stories, they're all human beings, and it's a big job.
Change the mantra. It's not homeless people, it's people that are homeless. Bingo, yes? And then you get somewhere.
And now here we are in London once again. We're gonna go out on the streets with Lori. Walking down the street,
Guess who he bumps into?
John.
Again.
As soon as I start the camera, the police are looking for you.
Yeah. I've done nothing wrong apart from being,
Except for waiting for me.
except for wait for Mark.
He
Come out, man.
knew I'd be walking down here giving out socks.
Yeah, the Hanes socks. Lovely socks.
The Hanes socks, and there's
Yeah,
a lead in.
Look. Some Hanes socks.
Excellent.
And I'm here with Lori. She's the senior director of CSR for Hanes Europe,
Yes.
Russia, and South Africa.
Cool. Correct.
And
And I've met a new friend.
Thank you.
Lovely to meet you.
and today we're gonna walk the Strand and hand out Hanes socks.
Can't wait. Let's do it.
blown away.
Why? Why, Mr.
Because
Mihar?
I have seen you connecting with homeless people like you were an outreach worker, but this is the first time you've ever done anything like this.
Yeah. I'm overwhelmed. Wonderful.
Yeah, but I mean, like this last gentleman, you got down at his level,
Yeah.
you engaged in conversation, all on your own. I didn't
No.
have anything to do with it. You wanted to talk to him.
And he didn't speak good English, and we still were able to communicate in the other languages he did speak, and me with my English and Italian, and we got there.
Yeah.
We got there.
And what was his story?
He's been here for 3 years. He would really love to go back to Turkey, but due to lack of work opportunities, he finds himself here. But he's hoping to make ends meet so that he can eventually go back.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Now, we've only walked a couple of blocks.
we haven't seen half. We haven't seen a fraction of what is out there. And another gentleman we saw. So he's come here from Edinburgh, and he actually took the time to thank us for stopping and speaking to him, because he said very, very few people will stop and exchange any word, even a hello. So it actually made his day that we stopped and said hello and gave him some socks. Brilliant.
For
Enjoy-
FaceTiming
enjoy
in the
student-
middle of the street.
There you go. These are all these. Oh, wow. Hi. Hello, darling. Hi. I wish you guys were here.
As a rule, I normally don't wake anybody up when giving out socks, but on her own, Lori found a unique way to help somebody. She stuffed his shoes with socks. When he wakes up, he'll have new socks. I just got done spending time handing out socks with Lori. Now I'm gonna go see Lisa again. He calls me the old fat yank, or the old loud, what is it? Old loud yank? Say hello.
Hello.
An amazing day going out with Lori, handing out socks, central London. Then Lisa, who's chief exec of Doorway and Chippenham, took me out for a proper, as they say, Sunday roast. Really, really an amazing day. Day 2 in London. I'm headed to a conference put on by Crisis, a charity here in the UK that brought me over. I'm speaking in Wales. This is the London version of the conference. Really excited that get to hear about homelessness and solutions to end it, and really grateful that they brought me over. Crisis is the first charity that I know of that championed research into messaging, and they looked around to find a nonprofit or charity in the homeless sector that was doing messaging right, and they were inspired by invisible people. I'm now in Cardiff, Wales. First time I've ever been here. I'm walking around in a strange country, in a strange city, at least strange to me, handing out Hanes socks. Actually, the European version of Hanes socks. They sent me a couple of boxes. I'm so grateful. And it all may be a little strange if I've never done this before, but I've been doing it for like 10 years now. So just thinking about that is pretty amazing. Anyways, I'm gonna go meet some new homeless friends that are sleeping rough and explore the city. There's people sleeping rough all over downtown Cardiff. Hey guys, need some socks? Walking around downtown Cardiff, handing out socks. Actually looking for Andy. His story last night reached a lot of people.
Why are you sleeping rough? Because problems in my life. But why didn't you get up and go and sleep somewhere else? Because I haven't got nowhere else to sleep. I've got nowhere else to sleep.
People are so judgmental. They don't know what it's like.
You'd never believe how judgmental they really are. You're just the same as everybody else. You're just a human being, just to get by. And when you're homeless, to try and get by is the hardest thing I've ever had to do.
What's really blew me away about Andy's story is how he talked about people being judgmental. It's the same in the United States, it's the same in Canada, same in the United Kingdom, in London, and I'm sure other cities. Also interesting is people kind of took it the wrong way, what he was saying about food.
People think that you want food. Yeah, you do want food, but you want your own food. They pass you a Burger King. What if you don't want Burger King? What if you don't want, you know what I mean? I get passed about 15 Burger Kings a day. I get passed about 15 McDonald's a day. I don't eat them, I just chuck them in the bin.
The point is, homeless people have plenty of food. What they don't have is housing. What they don't have is, a toothbrush, wipes to stay clean, things that could really help them, but instead people just keep on giving fast food. And people have good intentions, but we need to educate people about the realities of homelessness. I'm running into a challenge I've never faced before, so I like to give everybody 2 pairs of socks, and I'm giving 2 pairs of socks, and they're giving a pair to their friends, but like after I leave and then I run into new people and they already have a pair of socks, so then I have to run back because I got plenty of socks. Thank you, Haynes. Oh my gosh. So then I got to run back and say, hey guys, I got plenty. You can have 2, I've never had that happen before. I mean, normally a homeless person, it's rare that they'll take more than 2. Occasionally they'll ask for their friend or their girlfriend. George works for Crisis. I'm honored they brought me in. Speaking at their event tomorrow.
Mark is the inspiration for a lot of our work. We're trying to reframe homelessness. Make people think about human beings first. Homeless people, a long way beyond that.
I'm honored, totally honored. Ed, we're here in Cardiff. You're homeless. Tell me about it.
It's hard. It's hard work. It's hard work. Begging's illegal. Even though I do beg, I don't have much choice in it because I have to make money. I've been out nearly 7 years. My ex-partner walked out the door with both my kids and my best friend and a lot of money. And there's no help. There is no help for single men. It's hell. It's like living in hell. It really is like living in hell. And going to bed hungry is no fun.
Yeah.
It's no fun going to bed hungry.
Putting on the socks.
Yep. I've got no socks, so it's a godsend.
Oh, you didn't have any socks?
No.
Oh
No.
my gosh.
Mark has to write a speech.
They're putting me to work tomorrow.
Exactly.
And I better do good, otherwise Well, no, they'll probably just put me on the plane early if I do bad.
Doesn't go well. Bye, thanks.
What's
Well,
really
smash it.
was talking to the Crisis Wales Nick tonight,
Yeah, Nick.
and he said 2 years ago you didn't see the homeless that you do around here.
No, you don't. And loads of cities are the same. Just it seems to have exploded recently. Cardiff, maybe more than most, but yeah, it's extraordinary. It needs to stop.
Well, tomorrow's a big day. I'm gonna go and try to do the song and dance. George recommends that I do the mic drop.
Yeah, sure.
Horvath out.
Horvath out.
So we're doing that now. I'm so excited. I'm walking to the National Museum. Crisis invited me to speak at their conference. If I can say something that will spark change, positive change in leaders who can influence others, oh my gosh, that's amazing. This video, as of right now, is around 40,000 views. And what's really amazing is it started a conversation on Reddit where formerly homeless people are now commenting on their experiences of what it was like being homeless. And the world is watching that, and it's creating change. The outreach team is picking me up early. We're going out in Cardiff to serve breakfast to rough sleepers around the city. And thanks to Haynes, we'll be getting socks. But first, the hotel just doesn't have your normal entrance. Cars can't pull up, and then they didn't have a cart this morning, so we grabbed a food cart, and then this handle came off when I'm taking it down the stairs. But all good problems to have. And this is Amy.
Hello, nice to meet you.
And she knew me by the boxes. Hey everybody, I'm here with Danielle, and we're at the Wallich, right?
Yeah.
And what are we doing today?
We're doing street-based outreach for road sleepers in Cardiff City Centre. So we've got breakfast, coffee, and then we're trying to support people into accommodation.
So how many people do you see in a given day?
It depends. At the moment, anything between 25 and 50. Yesterday we saw about 38.
And how often do you go out?
Every day.
Every day you're going out serving breakfast?
Every day, including Christmas Day.
Awesome. Tell me about homelessness in Cardiff.
Homelessness in Cardiff has risen quite a lot steadily over the last few years. It's quite a compact city, and there are lots of frontline services, which is good.
And why do you do this?
Why?
Yeah.
I've been doing this for about 8 years. So my background is a drug worker anyway. So we see a lot of substance misuse with rough sleepers.
Yeah, but why this?
Why this?
Yeah, you could be a banker or a pilot or, there's a lot of different vocations. Why helping people?
Well, I don't know. Everyone deserves to be helped, I guess. I don't know.
We were just talking about workforce and lived experience.
We are, and at the Wallich we believe that lived experience is really, really important. Who better to help people out of homelessness than people who have experienced it themselves? So we have a commitment as a charity to employ people who have been homeless, who've experienced homelessness or being vulnerably housed, and currently 17% of our workforce, so we have 370 staff, 17% of our workforce have experienced homelessness, and we are committed to making that 25% by 2020.
That is so awesome.
So our receptionist in our head office was formerly homeless. Some of our outreach workers, some of our hostel workers have experienced it, so they know firsthand how to help people. It's not sympathy, it's empathy. It's really important to us.
The city center, they allow the van to come in, and Casca, I think I'm saying that right, provides coffee, so they're going up to get the coffee and providing meal and coffee, and today some Hanes socks. Driving through the pedestrian part here, there's a rough sleeper and walked up, and he's just in bad shape, and I guess he had a stroke and he's still out here. We got to get these people off the streets into housing. Often outreach teams don't have the budgets to go out with tangible items to be able to provide real needs. See, it's okay to feed people as long as you're doing something to get them out of that situation. Just going out and feeding people is not really responsible. Also, outreach teams, they just don't have the budgets to go out often with tangible items. So that the Wallich is going out every day, including Christmas, feeding breakfast, but also helping them get off the streets. It's amazing. Really grateful that the outreach team took me out on their breakfast run today. Most people, when they go visit a new city or new country, do tourist stuff. I do homeless stuff, and I just think it's perfect. Starting my last day in London, visiting Mencap, a charity that is one of my favorites. A few years ago, they brought me in for a month, and not only did I go around and train a lot of their staff around the UK, but they also wanted to develop social media programs for their clients with learning disabilities, and it was an awesome experience. Things that I truly adore about walking into Mencap is the receptionist. Probably the nicest receptionist I've ever met, because she really takes care of people visiting. And this is Josie.
Thank you so much. Voila, it's me.
How long have you worked here?
I've been here now over 25 years or
Wow.
a bit more.
Wow. Because I do remember you when I visited last time.
Yes, I first started here, there was a flower shop across the road, and now we're all inclusive. That's what it should be like before. So yes, and now on the section, there's a lot of food we can do.
Yeah.
People got to understand we can do it too, as much as anyone.
Awesome. You make my day every time I visit. I actually don't want to leave. I just want to hang out in the lobby with you.
Thank you.
And this is Jackie.
Hello.
And she runs comms here. She just told me something that I didn't know.
Yeah. Do you know what? Mark came how many years ago?
Yeah. 4 years ago.
4 years ago. And he spent some time helping us with our social media activity. And we now have over 200,000 Twitter followers. And it's all down to this man here.
Wow. That is...
Thank you very much.
No, thank you. Thank you. Hey everybody, this is Dave.
Morning.
And we know each other through With One Voice. We spent a week together in Montreal. With a bunch of other like-minded people using art and music for activism. And Dave slept rough right here in this area in London.
Yes, I did indeed. So we're going to show you a few little places which are literally, as we walk across the road here, we're actually walking towards. So I never know the name of this place. It's the Shoreditch Church, whatever it. St Leonard's. Yeah, there you go. I'm reading the sign to tell you that. But this is a great place for homeless people in this area to go and get soup, food, clothing. They also art projects, wider eating as well, which I think is really important. But also attached to this is some venues which are run by SCT, which is Spitalfield's Crypt Trust. I have to get that one right. Who do projects for ex-homeless addicts. They have a live-in permanent, I think it's 18-month project where you stay and you get on recovery. You then get into work. They have a restoration store where they restore furniture, which helps fund. And then just around the corner from that, we have Paper and Cups, which is voted the best coffee shop in London last year, and it's run by ex-homeless addicts as well.
Really awesome. So how long were you sleeping rough out here?
So I was in this area for around about 6 months before I got into a homeless hostel, which I was in for another year on top of that. So yeah, I love this area.
It's my first time here. It's really awesome.
The thing is, it's got two different sides. So you've got the gentrification side, which has sort of imploded into this area now, but then you've also still got the social classes in this area, so they sort of like battle between each other, which I think is quite nice in a way, but they tend to gel quite well. The only problem is now you're looking at £3 a coffee.
Yeah.
Which isn't good.
Spending the last few hours in London handing out socks. Just went and saw Homer, gave him the extra suitcase that I had. Then I almost just got hit by a bus. This wrong side of the road or other side of the road, I just don't get. Then there's a sweet old lady, probably 70 years old, living up one of these streets. By the looks of her, you would never, ever know that she's sleeping rough. But she says she's been out here 10 years. Oh my gosh, I'd do anything if I could. She's been sleeping rough 10 years. Interesting, the similarities in UK and United States as far as homelessness. There's lots of bureaucracy, lots of politics, but the bottom line is it all comes down to housing, and we got to get these people off the streets into housing.